This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
For how long have I been talking about the Republican Party as a cult? If you're here for the first time, take my word for it, it's been a long time. I have been rattling on about the cult-like features of today's conservative movement, about the Republican Party, about it goes beyond just the emperor has no clothes or new clothes or whatever the old fairy tale parable story is. We are in a situation where there is an orchestrated melding of religion and politics in a dangerous way that we've never seen before in America. And I know that's something bold to say because we witnessed the religious right really grab control in the 80s of American politics with Ralph Reed and Jerry Falwell and the moral majority of God. We witnessed all of that, the Pat Robertsons. This is different though. There was always kind of a wink and a nod before. Now they are openly saying they want us to be a Christian nationalist country, led by a white Christian nationalist party. And I'm going to play a very brief couple clips here. One is Senator Bill Cassidy from Louisiana. He's asked a question by Chuck Todd, the dum-dum over at NBC News, and he answers a question that was not asked of him. His answer to a question that was not asked is, well, first of all, we're not a cult. You're showing your hand a little bit there, Senator Cassidy. No one asked you or even challenged you on whether or not the Republican Party was a cult, but that's where you wanted to go first. We'll play this clip, and then we're going to show some off-the-rails nutty behavior that's taking place in Arizona right now relative to the Kari Lake campaign and her impending loss for the governorship, where they are doing their little march around Jericho, singing, "Our God is an awesome." I mean, it's nutty. And then we're going to get to, just laying it out for you here, the organizer of the Stop the Steal rally, a large part of the insurrection against the United States, Ali Alexander, talking about not only the fact that he can time travel, and that also, for some reason, Jews can time travel too, but that he can will things into existence. This is all culty, weird nonsense that is being embraced by Republicans. First, let's start with Senator Cassidy.
If this is the result of these elections, but the Republican Party still has sort of the same leadership at RNC, Ronna McDaniel, Kevin McCarthy of House Republicans, Mitch McConnell of Senate Republicans, and of course Donald Trump is sort of the leader out there. If there's no change there, do you think that's a problem for Republicans going forward?
First, we're not a cult.
Again, wasn't asked. Weird that that's his first go-to. Second, here are two clips. It's kind of a mashup here of, I'll just mash them together because they're very brief, each one of them, of the march around Jericho. And if you remember the story in the Bible, they marched around, blowing their horns around Jericho until the walls fell down, and then God ordered them to kill everyone. Every man, every woman, every child, every animal, everything was to be killed, murdered. That's what they were doing here, is the march around Jericho, except it's the Maricopa County Clerk's office. Watch this totally not culty behavior.
God he reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power, and love. Our God is an awesome God.
Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day.
I want all of you to say a prayer right now.
We the people are requesting military step in and redo our election. It was fake and false. It's full. Our government is full of corrupt people.
This is how love rules.
Somebody knows what to be recognized.
Okay, people.
Yeah. Yikes. And this brings us to Ali Alexander. If you don't know, he played a prominent role in the lead up to the Stop the Steal rally and on the day of the insurrection. He's a pivotal character in the MAGA movement. He's not some fringe weirdo. He's a weirdo to be sure, but he's not fringe relative to what is normal in the Republican Party. He's a mainstream dude. Here he is talking about time travel and willing people into harmful situations, and he's taking it on to himself to will, democracy be damned, he's going to will Kari Lake to be governor.
Even if Kari was going to lose, I would will it into existence. And I know that sounds kooky. And I know that sounds crazy. But just don't catch me on a wild day. Pete Davidson one time got on my bad side and almost killed himself. So, you're not going to believe me. It doesn't matter. The point is that no one needs to believe you the first time. The point is you just need to tell them a first time. Do you understand this? This is going to sound kooky for y'all and cozy, but you guys don't understand the esoteric. What if I told you that all of us are capable of traveling? Well, not all of us, because you're not smart enough, but what if I told you that there are a lot of people capable of time traveling? They just don't know it. What if I told you that time traveling is easier than you think? It requires a lot of discipline and no machines. What if I told you that the reason why the New World Order wants you to focus on fiction stories about machines is they don't want you to know that everyone has access to time travel? Then what if I told you that the way that those of us fight is we are each pulling from time itself? Yes, of course the Jews time travel. That's what makes the apostasy so great. So what if I told you, that I could prove that I've time traveled before?
What if I told you that I could time travel? What if I told you, what if I was to tell you, what if we're only 1999. It's all kooky to be sure, Ali Alexander. It's like a bad sci-fi movie. In a world where Ali Alexander travels through time with Jews. In a world. These are mainstream Republicans. This is culty nonsense. Bizarre behavior by mainstream dudes. People who are in the inner circle, hobnobbing with senators and congresspeople. Tell me again how it's not a cult. Somebody try, please explain to me in childlike terms that even I, a dum-dum, can understand. How is the Republican Party not a dangerous, freakish cult that will lead our country to ruin while they step on the necks of marginalized populations within the United States? Women, the LGBT. Tell me. Tell me in the comments. Leave me a voicemail. Email me. 714-576-4054. daily@dollemore.com. Tell me on Twitter, for as long as Twitter still is a thing, while Elon Musk also steps on its neck. I am at Dollemore on Twitter, at Dollemore on Instagram, and at Dollemore on the TikTok. If you appreciate what I do, if you get value from what I do on a day-to-day or week-to-week basis, please consider supporting what I do. You can click the join button below, become a channel member for as little as $1.99 a month, just pennies a day. I'm sounding a little like Ali Alexander. What if I told you you could get information like this on a daily basis from a guy like me? You can become a channel member, or you can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. I love you guys. I appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.